ain't here to hold your hand. This ain't some fairy tale with a soft ending. This is the raw truth, straight from the mud. Life is brutal, unfair, ruthless. And if you sit around waiting for it to get easier, you already lost. So let me hit you with a story, not about some movie hero. Nah, this one's real. A man who came from darkness, a man who had every reason to quit but didn't, a man named Elon Musk. Yeah, that name got weight now. Tesla, SpaceX, billion-dollar moves. But back then, he was just a kid with bruises, broken dreams, and a mind too big for the world around him. Elon didn't grow up soft. South Africa in the 80s wasn't sunshine and laughter. He got beat up in school, bullied for being different. While other kids played, Elon was buried in books, thinking about the future, dreaming about Mars, his own father, cold, controlling, toxic. That man broke him emotionally. But guess what? Elon didn't let that damage define him. He packed it, carried it, and used it like armor. Pain makes two kinds of people, victims or warriors. Elon, he chose to be the second. When he left South Africa, he landed in Canada with barely a penny. He was sleeping on a cousin's couch, working odd jobs, cleaning boilers, hustling through college. He could have folded, could have used his past as a crutch, but he didn't. Man was hungry, not just for money, but to build something big. He said it himself. I don't ever give up. I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated. That's the kind of grit this world respects. Before Tesla, before rockets, Elon built Zip 2. People laughed, said he was just a nerd with wild ideas, but he grinded, slept in the office, coded through the night. Eventually, Compaq bought it, made him millions. But instead of retiring to some beach, he flipped that money into another risk, X.com. That company became PayPal, got bought by eBay for over $1 billion. Still, he didn't stop. You would've, most people do, get a few mil and disappear. But Elon, he was just getting started. See, success ain't a straight line. It's a damn war. Elon took his PayPal money and dumped it into Tesla and SpaceX, two companies the world clowned him for. You ain't an auto guy. Rockets? You serious? He almost lost everything. There was a time when both companies were on the edge, burning cash fast. Rockets were exploding. The media was eating him alive. He had to choose between the two. Could have let one die, but he didn't. He split his last money between them. That ain't luck. That's guts. That's belief when no one else believes. Don't think it was just money problems. Elon had haters in every corner. Big oil, old automakers, government red tape. Even people inside his own companies doubted him. But when you got vision, when you see further than others, you also walk alone. You gotta have skin thick like steel. Elon did. He took every hit and kept moving. He didn't fold. He got sharper. Now let's bring it back to you. You sitting there complaining, crying over failed friendships, over lost time, over people who did you dirty. Let me be real. Elon got betrayed, faced failure, lived broke, suffered panic attacks, had the world against him, and still he rose. So why not you? You got breath, you got hands, then you got fight left. Man was pulling 100-hour weeks, living in factories, missing birthdays, losing relationships. You think success comes easy? Nah, it's forged in sacrifice. You want to win, you gotta outwork everyone in the room, period. Elon got burned by people he trusted too. Business partners, execs, even so-called friends. He learned the hard way. Protect your vision. Move in silence. Not everyone clapping is clapping for you. Trust slow. Observe long. And cut fast when needed. When he said he was going to build reusable rockets, people laughed. When he said he was going to take over the car industry, they said he'd crash. When he talked about Neuralink, tunnels, AI, people said he's insane. But you know what? He made believers out of mockers. Why? Because he executed. He did the damn work. Tesla is now one of the biggest car companies in the world. SpaceX sends rockets to space like it's routine. Dude went from bullied nerd to the richest man alive. But it wasn't luck. It wasn't connections. It was relentless grind, faith in himself, and the refusal to quit. Listen, everybody wants to win, but nobody wants to walk the road it takes to get there. Elon, that man walked alone most of the time. Not because he wanted to, but because nobody saw the world like he did. People mocked him, left him, called him cold. You think being a visionary means clout and applause? Nah. It means standing in rooms where nobody gets you. The price of legacy is isolation. If you're not willing to be misunderstood, you're not built for greatness. Let me tell you something. Elon ain't soft. This man been under pressure that would have crushed most. Lawsuits, crashes, failed launches, global criticism. But he didn't cry about it. He adapted. You can't run from pressure. Pressure's what reveals if you're fake or real. He turned that pressure into progress. You gonna let it crush you or craft you? Elon's scared of failure. Hell yeah, he is. But guess what? He don't run from fear. He feeds on it. When SpaceX was down to its last launch, if that rocket failed, it was over. Everything gone. But he sent it anyway. It worked, and the game changed. That's how you gotta treat fear. Not as a wall, but as a launch pad. You scared? Good. That means you're close to something big. This ain't just about Elon. This about you. All this story, all this pain, all this rise. It don't mean nothing if you don't see yourself in it. The problem? You ain't honest with yourself. You're scared to face your reflection, to admit you're lazy, unfocused. Software Elon ain't perfect, but he owns his flaws, then works them into strengths. You gotta stop lying to yourself, man up to the mirror. Fix what's broken, that's where the climb starts. You think Elon's trying to get to Mars just to flex? Nah. It's bigger than that. It's a message to the world. There is no limit, no dream too crazy, no goal too far. Mars is a symbol, a middle finger to mediocrity, a statement to every kid who grew up thinking they'd never matter. That means you, too. Stop thinking small. Stop letting people with dead dreams tell you what's possible. Think bigger, dream crazy, work harder. Let your life scream louder than your excuses. Let this burn into your chest. You were not born average. You were born with fire in your lungs and thunder in your fists. But you've been living small, software safe. That ain't life. That's survival. Elon Musk didn't get here by playing it safe. He risked it all, over and over again, and still does. He ain't done yet. Neither should you be. So here's the challenge. Don't just admire the grind. Embody it. Don't just repost motivation. Be motivation. Build something. Fix yourself. Show the world what happens when pain meets purpose. Get out the mud. Stand up taller. Walk like you've been chosen. Move like your name already echoes through history. Because from the ashes, from the struggle, from the betrayal, legends rise. Now rise.